Guten Tag everybody, and welcome back to another Frankfurt Model Airport update, where today we'll be going over Update 5. As you can see, I've rearranged the layout of the airport to showcase an international terminal and a dedicated Star Alliance terminal. Now of course, in reality, the international terminal would go on the far right side of the airport, and the Star Alliance reserved gates would be on the left. The positions of these terminals are swapped simply for the fact that I believe it looks better this way, and gives that busy vibe that the real FRA holds. Anyways, enough talk, let's get into it. We'll start off with the Lufthansa Gates today, which is usually reserved for any Star Alliance member with service to Frankfurt. To begin, we have this Lufthansa Airbus A320neo with service to London Heathrow. Moving on, we have the Scandinavian or SAS A321neo. This aircraft is currently pushing back for its flight to Copenhagen. This flight is usually operated on the A320neo instead of the 321, but I'm sure there's been occurrences where the planes were swapped. Back to Lufthansa, we have yet another Lufthansa A320neo. This one just finished loading its cargo, and once catering is complete, it'll be heading off to Budapest. And at what is now the wide-body gate, we have this United 777-200ER in the Star Alliance livery. We finally have a replacement for the house livery 777 model that would usually appear here. Funny enough, when I was boarding my flight at a hard stand in Frankfurt last month, I was able to see this plane's real-life form land right in front of me, and before that in Dulles, I was able to see two of these planes there, all while having the exact same model in my backpack. But anyways, back to the update. Once catering and loading of the cargo is finished, this 777-200 will be taking its usual flight over to Houston. And then taxiing along here, we have this Lufthansa CityLine CRJ900. This aircraft is currently getting guided to its ramp as it just arrived in from Munster. Then moving on to the international terminal, which is built out of Lego. Although it's not the most realistic recreation of Frankfurt's Terminal 2, you can definitely see the overall similarity, as I included a little bit of the left side where the terminal makes a slight turn. Overall, I think it turned out really well. Anyways, starting us off is this Discover Airlines Airbus A330-300 in what I guess is now considered the older Eurowings Discover livery. However, this aircraft's cargo just arrived for its flight to Tampa over in Florida. And as another of the newer models introduced in this update, we have this American Airlines 777-200ER, which is currently unloading its baggage as it just arrived in from Charlotte. And then moving on, we have yet another new model. This is the Emirates 777-300. The cleaning crew for this aircraft just arrived, as it of course just came in from Dubai. Following that, this Delta 757-300 is presently fueling up for its departure to New York's JFK. I've been keeping my eye out for a Delta A330-200, which is the aircraft that usually takes this flight, and I can tell there wasn't one released in a while. Then again, Gemini just released plenty of Delta widebodies, so I don't see a 332 coming out anytime soon. However, in that plentiful amount of Delta widebodies released by Gemini lately, there was an A330-900, which might just have to serve as a backup in case a Dash 200 doesn't get released in the near future. But again, this 757-300 will be heading out to New York. And as the last aircraft for this Frankfurt update, we have this UPS 757-200, which is currently on final for runway 25 right, which is hidden behind the vast majority of Frankfurt Airport. This aircraft is currently arriving in from Köln, I hope I pronounced that right. Although this route is fictional, if UPS did have this route active, it would most likely be on a 757 because of the distance from the two airports. But anyway, that is going to wrap up Update 5 of my Frankfurt Model Airport series. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and be sure to share your thoughts on the new layout. Other than that though, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.